In fact, I didn't get a chance because I was on stage, but I saw it.
Did you watch it on Sunday?
I watched it this morning, yes. And I think that was a case of Chavez being, and this is my take on the whole thing, because, he's clearly so much bigger, and he weathered a lot of, he was just playing defense, right? He was just shelling up. Then he'd throw an uppercut or he'd throw and I felt like, I don't know what it was. Maybe he felt like, I think it was a head case. I think it was a situation where he just decided not to throw his hands and decided he wasn't as good, and decided that he just, for me, that literally felt like a guy who didn't believe he deserved to be ahead of Canelo, for real.
I just don't think he wanted to do it.
That's what it felt like. He wasn't answering back at all. He just kept covering up.
He was too scared.
Shots.
Was
that what it was?
I think Canelo landed really good shots, outboxed him clearly with his jabbed him all fucking night to that his left eye, which covered up by the end of the 10th round, 11th round. But I think he felt the power and speed of Canelo.
Is that what it was?
Fuck. And then he was scared to go out on a shield. He's scared to get knocked out. So then Canelo was even baiting him in. If you notice, Canelo could have went forward and just fucked him up all night. But he let him do work against the ropes because he's trying to get him open up to knock him out. It's going to be hard to knock out a guy who takes no chances. Almost impossible.
Well, what he would do is it was really weird. He would, I guess that's part of his style. Chavez would get his head almost like forehead.
But he's known as doing that and
stay
then
there
work.
And then doing work, but he didn't.
He wouldn't
do
it
work
because he's worried to get opened up.
Is that what it was?
And Canelo was baiting him into it, going, "Come on."
Chavez being so much bigger, and I was surprised that the strategy wasn't to keep him at bay with his jab and to use his size and bully him into the corner. They thought he was going to do that.
He can't. He can't. Canelo's too fast, too good.
Wow.
And he was too scared, and then Chavez was just too scared. And then I thought he lost so many fans fighting the way he did.
He's getting booed.
I don't see him fighting
again. His dad was losing his mind. I
don't think he fights again. I don't know where he goes after this. Obviously, his heart's not into it. That's the biggest stage you can. The Mexican stage, that was your chance to. I mean, even if he would have put up a fight, I thought he was going to lose. But if he just puts up a fight,
right,
you can win over the Mexican fans. When you don't fight at all, like traditional Mexican, you don't go out on your shield.
But here's my thing. So when you see, sometimes you can see that a boxer's clearly outclassed, right? Like you could see that with the Cotto Manny Pacquiao fight. By the third round, you could see Manny had figured his whole game out, and there was nothing Cotto could do but throw these jabs, and he was just getting beat up.
He was older there; it's a little different. Yeah.
Sure, but and then you see the same thing. Like, God, it makes you realize how good Floyd Mayweather is. Because I rewatched the Canelo Mayweather fight.
He was 21 when he fought him. That's a bad example.
It's just amazing, though, how his defense and how he stays out of the way. Now you got Canelo, who's obviously a highly skilled boxer, but I didn't see him doing anything flashy. What I saw him doing was basic. He's very educated, basic boxing.
Canelo?
Yeah,
I thought he looked amazing. I thought it was the best he's ever
looked. A lot
looked.
of jabs, throws, and stuff. But I'm saying mostly a lot of 1-2s. He was plotting for it. It wasn't a lot of footwork. It wasn't like he was acting really. It wasn't like Lomachenko was so elusive. And that's so. So for me, I was like, I felt like it wasn't. It didn't look like Chavez had the biggest puzzle to solve. When you watch Lomachenko fight, he's blind. He's jumping to the side. You're like, well, what would you do?
No, it doesn't matter. Chavez didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight. He was scared to get knocked out. He was scared to get finished.
So he was being super conservative, keeping his hands up the whole time.
Nothing. Bigger guy.
All defense.
So
strange, man.
It was a terrible. And this is my problem is boxing right now. I can't remember the last time it was this good. One of the best times ever in boxing. We're in the golden age. There's so many good fucking fights right now. Spencer versus Brooks is coming up. I think next week. There's the heavyweight division is great. Lomachenko. You got Andre Ward, Kovalev. You got all these fights coming up. But when you have a pay-per-view of this magnitude and people are finally like, man, maybe boxing is back. And then they tune into it and you get that boring-ass fight. I had a party at my house for 30 people. Everyone was so bored, man.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
But you were right to think it might be a huge brawl.
This is why I don't watch boxing. I'm like, of course,
No.
of course.
Yeah.
But it's different than UFC because UFC can have a horrible fight night and then they stack those pay-per-views and there's 5 fights. The main event might be a stinker. Yeah. But the co-main event, or there might be someone else on that main card that puts up a knockout. Typically, not all of them will be sleepers.
Right.
But in boxing, you live and die off that main event. Like the Lemieux fight before that, the co-main event, amazing, fun fight. Lemieux's a monster.
Yeah.
So that's a fun fight, but it doesn't matter. Boxing lives and dies off their main event. So most people, it fucks the sport of boxing because they go, that's the problem with boxing. And then they do that weird kind of WrestleMania Triple G entrance, which makes you go, oh, well, they had Triple G. They had all this set up. So they obviously everyone assumed Chavez was going to lose. Maybe Chavez, all it was kind of a plan, which makes you feel kind of shitty about it.
Oh, you mean it was kind of a setup fight?
It was literally just like, hey, check out Canelo versus a bigger guy.
Yeah.
And Chavez was like, yeah, I'll be that guy.
Right.
I'm not, I'm not going to get knocked out.
Yeah,
but I'll take the money.
I think, one thing for sure is that Triple G ain't Chavez. That's going to be See, that's what I'm really looking forward to because Triple G does nothing but keep moving forward and stalks you and hits you with those bombs.
So, and Canelo
bigger man,
same.
taller man, exactly. And Canelo does the same. And if Canelo tries to match Triple G and his power, because he doesn't have the size, it's going to be that's why I definitely have my money on Triple G. Because if Canelo's going to fight with that style, it feels like he's matching
that's
the
Canelo's
same
own style.
Right. Well, that's a big liability against a guy who hits as hard and is bigger and stronger and is as skilled as Triple G. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough one for him.
He started off as I think the opening odds for Triple G Canelo start at 5-1, and I didn't see it in time because I put money on Canelo, and it's already at 2-1 now. Most of the money's moving towards Canelo.
Really?
I think Canelo beats him, to be honest.
Really? Why?
I think Triple G's 35. I think against Kell Brooks, it showed on the way you beat Triple G is on the inside and speed.
Uppercuts.
Just on the inside, so whatever you want to put on the inside. So I think Canelo's better boxer than Kell Brooks, hits more, he's more powerful. He's just he's more skilled. Is he better
than Kell Brooks?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Canelo?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Kell Brooks is,
It's not even close. As far as
really?
who they fought competition-wise, not even close. Kell Brooks is amazing
the
fighter.
2 times I've seen him fight, he looks so good. And I'm
Kell Brooks?
Yeah, and I'm really looking. What do you think? Well, he's going to fight Earl Spence, right?
Look who Canelo has fought. He's fought everyone.
Yes.
He's the biggest draw in boxing for a reason. But so I think Canelo's only getting better, and I think Triple G, his last 2 fights, some people thought he lost his Jacobs last fight. Like that last fight was tough for him. So now's the best time because I think if you wait another 2 years, Triple G would be out of his prime. Remember, he's 35 with over 400 fights.
Yeah, he's had a lot of fights.
Like now's the time. He's the bigger guy.
He's actually 36, I think, isn't he? How old is he?
Triple G?
No, yeah, Triple
35.
G. He's 35.
Yeah.
So do you think Earl Spence makes quick work of Kell Brooks?
No, fuck no. That's a great fight.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah, 35.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now's the time for the fight.
Are they going to fight? What weight are they going to fight at?
I don't know, but this is what's weird because Canelo's the A side.
What does that mean?
It means he's the draw. He calls the shots.
Oh.
It's a Golden Boy promotion.
Okay.
Canelo's the A side. Canelo always makes people come to his weight.
Or catch weight, maybe?
Always catch weight. Canelo hasn't made a strict weight in probably his last 10 fights. I can't remember the last fight he's made the actual weight limit. It's always catch weights.
What was this weight that he fought at? 52?
164.
164.
164 and a half. But he's the A side, so it's going to be somewhere in the middle, but it's going to benefit Canelo. And then the other thing is when Canelo, it's interesting. I heard him talking about his Mayweather fight. He was young, 21 or 22 when he fought Floyd Mayweather. He was undefeated, and he goes, "Fuck, man! Like when we took that Floyd Mayweather fight, we knew it was going to be a tough fight. We knew we didn't match up very well with him. We had to meet his criteria." He goes, "A, I've never had to cut that much weight before. It was a nightmare just to make that weight. And then B, we didn't realize how fast he was." He was like, "It's just the perfect combination." Mm-hmm. So we had to meet all his demands because I was the B side. He goes, "But that fight helped me because A, it put him on that huge platform. He's the biggest draw in boxing now. A 12-round loss to Mayweather's really not that big of a deal.
No.
If he would have got knocked out, it would have been a serious issue. But 12-round decision Mayweather, then he just goes on, and now he's the biggest draw, so it makes sense for a young guy that.
Let me ask you this question.
But back to the point. So Canelo, when he fought Floyd, he was the B side. He had to make that crazy weight. He had to do everything that Floyd demanded just to try and get that payday. Well, now Canelo's been the A side for how many fights now? He's forcing guys to meet his requirements, and it's a bitch.
Yeah, it's a bitch for them to suck down.
Ask Chavez
he fights
how that
bigger
went.
guys, yeah.
If you're going to fight the bigger guy, and for
do you
him,
think
it's
that
not
was
bigger
part of
guy.
it? Do you think Chavez was drained?
No, I mean, I'm sure it is one of the factors, but really mentally, just because you're drained doesn't mean you don't come to fight.
Right.
He's made that way before.
Mentally, some people are content, coming in second place.
I got shit for it, but I said, Chavez tonight looks like a rich kid taking a fight. He's 50-2. His Sergio Martinez fight was very similar to that, and then he ended up knocking Sergio down in the 12th round. He got his ass whooped, but at least he took chances. And then of all the fights, the one night you decide to fight like a rich Mexican kid of the greatest Mexican boxer of all time was this stage? You waited for this? You're fucking crazy, man.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Do you think, because so there is a size difference between, Canelo and Gennady. But do you think that that size makes as much a difference in boxing as it does in MMA?
No, yes and no. It depends on the style and the matchup and the skill set. In MMA, when there's a size difference, if I take you down, it means it makes the world of difference.
Yes, it tires you out.
I might not even be as good as a grappler, but if I'm 240 pounds and you're 200 pounds, it's gonna wear your ass out.
You're gonna have some
you
trouble.
trying to hold down 240 pound man when you're 20 pounds or 200, even 20 pound difference is gonna be a beast.
Sure,
so that's where it comes in different striking. I mean, obviously, knockout power's going to be on the guy's side who's heavier.
Right. That's what I thought.
But in boxing, they do it all the time.
Right.
All the time.
Well, I mean, Roy Jones Jr. did it. He basically fought. Who did he fight? He went heavyweight.
Everyone does. I mean, it's in boxing, that's what they do. But the weight difference isn't as big of a jump as, say, from 70 to 85 in MMA. That's a huge jump.
That's a huge jump.
Those 85ers are cutting down from 220 usually.
Yeah.
And then you go light heavyweight to heavyweight, you're talking about a world difference.
I think you're right. I agree. The boxing's never been more exciting. It's
so fucking good right now. It just sucked, man. I catered fucking Chipotle, had a whole spread. Todd was there, my manager's there.
You're right to do
all
that.
of Joe's family, they're from Guadalajara, Canelo's hometown. Everyone has shirts on and shit.
It's cool, though. I mean, why not?
And then literally just...
Wah, wah, wah.
And then, and this shows you how Triple G's the B-side. When he came in the ring, I went, oh, shit. I got so excited. I went, what's going on? I went, well, this is like the matchup of my lifetime. Triple G versus Canelo is the fight everyone's looking for. They go, never heard of him. Is he any good? I went, oh, man. So I spent the last 30 minutes, didn't hear any of the interview, had to watch it on replay, telling people who Triple G is. Really fucked my night up.